How's it going, guys? Today, I'm going to be featuring the Venezia, the legendary tier Italian cruiser. I recently got it back, actually at the start of this update with all the hybrid ships, and boy am I glad that I got it back. Venezia was one of my favorite cruisers to play, at least the first 2 weeks that I had it back when it first entered the bureau. Mainly because, well, it is a unique ship in the sense that it does shoot sap. Well, I guess not unique, but you know, pinnacle legendary tier Italian cruiser that's able to shoot sap. Obviously, you could shoot HE if you so chose, but yeah, I don't know why you would want to. Sap is absolutely disgusting, especially when you have the lighter armed battleships such as like Yamato, Musashi, Konk, Burger. As long as it's not German, Russian, or Italian, if you just simply shoot the upper belt or superstructure, you're going to be doing some pretty nasty chunks. I'm pretty sure Venezia's sap pens 42 millimeters, pretty sure, or more. Actually, I think Vallejo's pens 42, but Venezia's 203, so I think it pens more. Maybe closer to 50. 48? I'm not actually sure. But just know that you can absolutely smash a lot of battleships with this sap. And if you simply just target upper belts of most ships, like the Musashi there, you can do some nasty damage. But obviously, using the agility cruiser, we don't exactly have subtle manipulations, which increases sap damage by 8%, or fixated, that helps with accuracy. So we're not exactly hitting the upper belt as we probably could, and I would assume we'd probably be doing, instead of, well, 2 salvos were like 26k, so we about 13k per salvo. We'd probably be doing closer to maybe 15 to 17 if we had the accuracy and extra damage, but still pretty good damage out of Venezia sap. I do see a Des Moines pushing in, and I kind of need to get away from him, because if I stay too close and then I start getting a lot of pressure from the battleships pushing C, I would try to smoke up, and like I am now, I'd simply be radared, and then the smoke would be useless. Luckily, Des Moines though got smashed from the other side of the map, and he's low enough that we can just simply finish him off. So we're kind of lucky, although we are still spotted, but all we really need to do is just angle out and we'll be okay. This is kind of the ideal position you'd want to be in a Venezia, angled away to disengage when you need to. And I mean, you also have your smoke if you really need to, but you can just kind of stay at range. You don't have radar or sonar, so there's not much of a reason to push in. But yeah, being able to just simply do huge chunks of damage to battleships is one of the most satisfying things about Italian cruisers and sap. Obviously, you won't be doing nearly as much damage with sap until you're at Venezia. I guess also Brindisi, because Brindisi does have 12 guns, whereas Venezia has 15, and then once you go down to Amalfi, you're kind of stuck at 9 with a fairly long reload. But Venezia is obviously where the ship should be the best and the most enjoyable to play. You should also note that Venezia, like some of the other legendary tier cruisers, does have a 30mm upper belt. So stuff like Montana, Louisiana, any 406s, anything less than 430, which would be Repub, can't really overmatch your upper belt. So as long as you're angled, the damage that you're going to receive is minimal. Yamatos and Musashis, though, in this match that we have to deal with, we kind of do have to worry about them. Yamato and B-cap, kind of an issue. I was hoping to be able to reset, and we are, when there were just a few seconds remaining before they got it. But with Yamato pushing out to the right, I'm kind of moving back behind the island so we can kind of be cheeky and still be able to shoot the Yamato while staying undetected. Unfortunately, he does angle in, but he does get smashed from a friendly battleship. And since we're not spotted, I see an opportunity for some playmaking. With the speed and maneuverability build, we can close the distance extremely quickly, and there is an island that, well, we really shouldn't be spotted. I do use the tracking camera to kind of see where the Yamato was looking. Unfortunately, it is to our left at those teammates instead of whatever's trying to push through C. So when we're going to come around the corner right here, Yamato's guns will be facing us, which is an issue. And also, we don't have our exhaust smoke because we had used it trying to farm the Musashi at sea. So we just need to try and stay angled as best we can. We might get chunked in our upper belt or superstructure, and I guess technically upper bow. Venezia also has an icebreaker. I do not remember if it was overmatchable or not, but all we need to do is stay angled. I doubt he'll be able to overmatch us through the bow and kill us, so I'm just going to try to do a drive-by and, well, hope that our guns hit where I want them to, which are parts of the ship that isn't armored enough that it's going to shatter our sap. We do get chunked pretty badly, but we do survive. Nothing was citadels. I'm pretty sure it was all pens in our upper belt. And, well, we do finish off the Yamato. Montana spotted, reversing in, Shima torping. Yeah, Montana's not going to survive much longer. I do wait to shoot until I get to the island just in case. And then we can farm from safety. Hoping to do some decent damage, but before the Shima torps get there. But unfortunately, first salvo, not that great. And then I also noticed Shima decided to smoke up. He's not radared by the Des Moines. The Des Moines not shooting at him. I don't think he got himself spotted by Montana either. I'm assuming he just smoked up to make sure that his torps did deal all the damage and no one really took anything from his torp salvo in terms of damage, and he did everything to Montana, which is kind of unfortunate, as we'll recall this later. But yeah, now there's just a Des Moines charging in. I don't think he has his radar yet, otherwise he would have used it on the Shimakaze that had smoked up right in front of him. But yeah, now I'm just gonna take this opportunity to farm the Des Moines as much as I can, and hopefully maybe we can get a broadside and we can actually switch to AP, but we really don't need to. We can just keep shooting sap, and since sap has improved pen angles, we should still be doing some pretty decent damage. Other flank though, not looking too great. Our only DD is in their spawn, sort of being chased by a Des Moines, whereas their team pushed through A, and our team is basically backpedaling, trying to survive this enemy Zerg. Enemy destroyer is also not accounted for a while. We are located, so we do know we're the closest, but considering how far the rest of our team is, I'm not exactly sure what that means. So we do need to be kind of careful, especially if he does end up spotting us in a bad position. I switch to AP and start pushing out because I'm assuming Des Moines will start kiting from the Louisiana, who actually requested support at the beginning when he was very far away, and now he's actually on the border. I do end up getting spotted by the DD, and I was kind of hoping he would be closer to Shima, but unfortunately he's actually coming in from A in front of us, which is kind of bad. Des Moines is on our broadside. If he had his radar and knew to use it, maybe he'd radar and switch to AP and basically remove us from the game. But luckily he is trying to kite and shooting the battleship that's behind. I just decided to finish off this Des Moines and just hope that our the gearing doesn't land more than one torp per launcher. He does land the first, and I do make a mistake here. I damage con kind of early before his second set shows up. And it's a mistake because, well, there's the second set, and if I were to eat a torp, I'd probably permaflood to death, which obviously would suck. So should have waited a little longer until the torp was spotted before I damage con and ensured that I was able to dodge. Or if I were to eat it, at least let it hit first. But yeah, not looking great. I mean, it is 4 versus 2, although our friendly Ruprecht, that is to our left, is getting pretty low. Gearing did leave the cap though, which is kind of good. So we do have some room to maneuver without, you know, worrying about getting spotted or torpedoes. And also, Gearing does end up getting himself spotted. Ruprecht uses sonar, hoping that perhaps we're able to deal some significant damage to the destroyer or something while he's caught on sonar, but Ruprecht was so low that Montana was able to finish him off, which is very unfortunate. So now it's a 3 versus 2. Our Louisiana is still off in the boonies, trying to catch up to the battle. I think if he just simply turned in towards B, instead of chasing the Des Moines into their spawn, would have been a little better. But yeah, I launched my fighter, probably a little late. I should have launched it sooner. I was hoping to see if the Gearing's AA would shoot at it at any point, but unfortunately, a little late. Montana spots us first. But yeah, Gearing made a mistake. I thought he was in the smoke, but he's, well, panicking, and he actually ended up beaching. I don't think I needed to launch Torps. Kind of a waste, especially with the Montana there. But yeah, all we need to do is just stay angled to Montana. I think I do overturn a little here. And he does get a shot, and luckily we, I guess, realized that we were over angling, that I just angled back in and kind of reduced the damage. With the 30mm upper belt, obviously we didn't take nearly as much damage as, say, a Des Moines or something else would, and we are, well, we're looking pretty good. The Montana does go unspotted. I'm kind of hoping to just use my concealment within smoke to just wait until Montana gets spotted, but I do decide to just use my exhaust smoke just in case, because I kind of didn't want to stop and then all of a sudden Montana shows up and then I can't really turn my ship or anything. So I use my exhaust smoke and I'm just sailing slowly and keeping an eye on the Montana. Secondaries, set a fire, the only fire that I'm going to get in this game and only possible way I could get a fire considering that I have sap. And yeah, we're just gonna stalk this Montana as long as we can with our smoke, which does end. So we do need to kind of start moving and dodging. I target his stern because it is unsaturated. 17k, huge chunk. I'm not really sure how much more damage it would have done before the Montana buff that reduced each extremity's HP. I think Montana learned his lesson and actually shot my bow instead of the casemate. Another 17k, Montana on a sliver of HP, Shima missing all of his torps. We're at 4 kills, and Shima does decide to start shooting. 3 seconds until reload. Yeah, I'm not letting this Shima yoink a Kraken from me, and I just put the sap straight up Montana's booty, and we secure a Kraken. So far, both the agility and the range and damage commander have been pretty successful with Venezia. It just depends if you prefer staying further away or if you prefer maneuverability. Either way is pretty good. 4100 base XP. Don't quite get a Confederate. I think if we're able to farm Montana a little more, we could have. But also, if Montana didn't just reverse and get death struck, maybe we reach the 100k. I mean, we were at, what was it, 264? Yeah. We could have done it. Unfortunately, Montana got death struck. But also, Louisiana asking for support at the start when he was significantly further away, and I don't think he could shoot at anything. Sailed around the border, and basically was bottom half of the team. Unfortunate. But yeah. Francesco Mimbelli. This is the build. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with inspirations. I was using Dorman just because I was curious to see what accuracy would be like if I did Scott and Dorman, but I may change Dorman to something else a little more useful. But yeah, commander build wise, aside from inspirations, is probably the best thing you could go for. Ship speed, maneuverability, especially because Venezia has, well, really the Italian cruises have such a good turning circle. Having the maneuverability commander just helps so much. But yeah, I am absolutely happy I got this back. I may also use Arthas since the fighter is borderline useless. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more and share it with your friends. or leave a comment down below on other ships you want to see in the future. But, till next time, aloha.